I could go against Erling Haaland captaincy yet again this game week. In today's team selection video though, we're taking a look at exactly how I could line up for the game week 10 deadline and what possible moves I could make. So, let's get into this. Welcome back to the channel and of course back to the team selection series. I just have to quickly say though, we have hit 1,000 subs on the channel, so a massive thank you to every single one of you at home. If you've liked, watched, subscribed, commented on any of my videos, you are superstars. Thank you so much for your support, and of course if you're brand new to the channel, it isn't too late to subscribe. Go ahead and do so on today's video, but let's see if we can hit 15 likes on today's 1,000 sub team selection video. Why not? But let's get stuck straight into the team, because that's what we're here for, and of course a triple Arsenal defence to kick us off for today's video, with Burnley away from home. I think the clean sheet potential within this fixture is absolutely fantastic, and I think how Arsenal and Burnley will set up against each other will kind of allow Arsenal to get a lot of corners, I'm expecting. So hopefully Gabriel can get an attack and return, like he seems to be doing every bloody week lately. But yeah, fantastic Gabriel. I'm really happy with bringing him in and setting up with the triple Arsenal defence in game week 8 wildcard. Looks to continue to be a really strong strategy going forward, with Gyökeres and Saka not exactly getting the ball moving in terms of FPL points. But yeah, a strong setup with the triple Arsenal boys against Burnley. Then got Mukiele against Everton at home. Of course, I support Sunderland, and I have to be absolutely real here, no biased opinions. I think this game's going to be incredibly tricky for us. I think we've seen, Sunderland fans especially, have seen slight sort of concerns when it comes against tricky wingers. It just is difficult to defend against them, how we set up, but we've managed so far, so I'm going to be optimistic with this one and hope we can come away with the result at home. It seems we always do much better at home, although we have just beat Chelsea on the road. But yeah, of course, I'm going to be playing my Sunderland assets at home. People will continue to underestimate Sunderland, Leeds, as sort of newly promoted sides, and I think that's possibly the wrong way to be looking at things right now. Sunderland the 4th in the table, and of course Leeds seem to be getting up there slowly but surely. Not at the top, but of course mid-table kind of area, which is great to see. Lastly, with the 4th defender here playing a 4-4-2 this game week, we'll go Anderson of Fulham. Of course, red flagged because his return date is unknown. We've seen him miss out the cup fixture midweek. We really don't know if he's going to be available for Wolves at home, and if not, we will have to play Rodon off the bench. I don't want to be making any transfers this game week. The idea is to roll the transfer to next game week. But yes, across the back line here, things look pretty decent. I'm very happy with how I've set up here with the defence, especially with that triple Arsenal setup. But yeah, let's move on to the midfield. Of course, as you've seen in the thumbnail, I'm going to be going for Mohamed Salah captaincy, I think, in game week 10. After a successful captaincy of Mohamed Salah in game week 9, going against Haaland worked out pretty well. We'll see possibly if we can do it again this game week. Starting from right to left, though, we'll finish talking a little bit more detail about Mohamed Salah captaincy. Reinders with Bournemouth at home. Now, if we seen Statch play a full 90 minutes, or at least 60 plus minutes against West Ham on the Monday fixture, he would be starting instead of Reinders. Reinders right now doesn't feel great to own in FPL. Of course, had that beautiful game week at the start of the season where we're all like, this guy seems like one of the best midfielders I've ever seen ever, and then he's kind of just fell off the face of the earth, and his minutes don't look great. So yeah, Bournemouth at home, it's not a great fixture overall. I think Bournemouth are overall defensive, defensively strong, you could say, but a home fixture for City we've got to give it a Reinders this week. If Stach comes out in the press conference that he's available, he will be starting over Reinders this game week. You've got Enzo Fernandez, who we heard alongside João Pedro and Moises Caicedo hasn't been training every single day at Chelsea, which was a worry for me overall. But the more I think about it, the more I don't think it matters too much. These players are going to have to play in the Premier League. They've got a lot of games to get through. And of course, not training every single day may give them the rest they need to be ready for the fixtures. But of course, it's not always nice hearing your players aren't training every single day for their clubs. But I still think Enzo Fernandez going forward is a strong asset. Next week, I believe it's Wolves. And I think he could be my captaincy option in game week 11. You've got Bruno Fernandes against Forest away from home. Of course, Sean Dyche taking over Forest now. Maybe you would think, defensively they could be stronger. To me, against Bournemouth last week, that didn't really seem the case, which was quite surprising to me. But I do think over the course of the next few weeks, when they actually gel as manager and squad, things will look a lot better for Forest. But right now, with Manchester United in form, it seems, obviously winning the past 3 fixtures, I do expect them to win this fixture yet again, and Bruno Fernandes hopefully will be a big part of that as always. Now you have the captaincy discussion about Mohamed Salah here. Aston Villa at home. We kind of are looking at Liverpool at the moment of, they've just lost again last night after playing basically a C team against Crystal Palace in the Cup. They need to win this game, I feel, because the week after, they've got City away. This needs to be the jump start of their form. Of course, against Brentford, they weren't fantastic whatsoever. Mo Salah himself looked a bit off it, but he does look really hungry for goals, and that was really evident in his performance against Brentford. And, of course, scored an amazing goal, plucking it from the sky. And kind of just finishing it first time on the other foot into the top corner. It was really impressive to see. And I think within the Aston Villa fixture, it is a home fixture. They have to win. Mo Salah's hungry for goals. I think I might captain them this game week. Finishing off the lineup, we have Calvert-Lewin and Erling Haaland. Calvert-Lewin, for me, is getting chances at 5.5 million. Leeds look okay within the Premier League. I just need him to score a goal to feel better about myself. But at the end of the day, Gyökeres, João Pedro, those types of players have been blanking, and Calvert-Lewin costs a lot less. So it makes me feel okay about the blanks in the past 2 weeks owning Calvert-Lewin. You've got Erling Haaland, of course, blanked last week. We picked Mohamed Salah captaincy in game week 9 over Erling Haaland. It worked out. Could we do it again this week? I think we could. The Night Manager's algorithm, the best performing algorithm in the game, has Salah and Haaland very, very close in terms of expected points this game week. Salah just ahead of Haaland, though. Of course, if you don't know who Night Managers are, they are the best performing FPL algorithm in the game. I am partnered with them this season. You're going to get 2 free weeks of Night Manager services if you use code FPLMOGS with a link in the description. So go check that out, definitely. But I still think I will commit to Mohamed Salah captaincy this week. It is just on a knife's edge, though. It's so close between the two, but I do quite like Mohamed Salah in the thought that Liverpool in this fixture could come back into form. I think it's the fixture that they need to do it in. And in terms of the bench here, we had last night, actually, Liam Delap get sent off. Now, for me, that could indicate that Mark Hugh could start again against Spurs away from home, and possibly I could bench Anderson. But I do think if Anderson is available, he'll start. And if he isn't, he just won't be in the squad at all. So I could just put Mark Hugh first on the bench instead of Rodon there, and have that coverage instead of Rodon with the sort of Brighton away fixture. So that's the thought as well with the squad. And of course, Reinders potentially coming out and Stach going in. It's really up in the air in terms of benching there. But yeah, that's how I'm going to line up for game week 10 with Mo Salah currently my game week 10 captain. Let me know what you think of the squad in the comments, and of course what your moves are for the game week 10 deadline. Tomorrow late afternoon, I will be doing a team rating live stream, taking a look at your squads for the game week and your questions that you need answering before the deadline on Saturday. So make sure you're looking out for that. Of course, a massive thank you for all of your support on today's video and the channel. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and drop a like. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so now for future FPL content and FPL streams. But that's everything for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.